With the Garden Awakens update, there are new blocks. So today I'm going to show you how to get these, how to build a small resin farm to start, how it works, and how to upgrade it to larger versions. If you just want to see the building of the farm, skip to the timestamp on the screen, but before we start building, let's start with a quick introduction to it all. With the new release, we have a new mob, the Creaking. This mob spawns within range of some of the trees, though only at night. What makes these trees special is that they have a creaking heart inside. And even though a creaking is impossible to kill, if you hit it, it will send particles over to its heart, growing orange resin on the logs nearby. This resin is what we're after today. To get this resin, we need several things. We need to get plenty of creaking hearts. We need to be able to contain where the creaking spawn to damage them. We need to get the resin off of the trees. We need to collect and store it all. We want to upgrade the farm, and potentially not melt my PC down again while we're doing it. Luckily, a creaking heart is craftable using the new resin block. So after getting the first one, we should be set. Getting this first one might be a bit challenging though. The new pale carbon biomes are relatively small and only spawn in dark oak biome areas. To find it, you could go exploring your heart out and hope you get lucky. How I went about it though was to trade a woodland mansion map with a villager, since those mansions can only spawn within dark oak forests, narrowing it down a little. Once you're at the pale garden, you'll see a creaking come out at night, already giving you a rough idea of where its heart should be. If you hit it, it will show the particles go towards the heart as well, or even growing resin on the logs next to it. You can get the heart by mining it with a silk touch tool, or if you don't have one, just harvest the resin till you have 9, so you can craft the resin block you need for making the heart yourself. Once we have a heart, we do have enough to kickstart the farm. More always makes it easier, but even with just one heart, it will only take 2 nights of running the farm until the core of the farm is filled enough to keep going. With the first hearts collected, we can start on the farm. EditMe will put up a quick show of the resources needed for the farm core and the first basic setup on screen. Full blocks need to be full blocks. The glass could really be anything. The main thing to keep in mind is that we need 16 blocks horizontal and 8 blocks vertical, completely spawn proof from each of the hearts, besides the area where we actually want the spawns to happen. So either dig out the large area, or build the farm up above ground far enough away for spawns not to happen in unwanted spots. We'll start with the core of the farm. Just build along. First thing will be the swinging detection part. A simple circuit where we hit the minecart breaks, gets picked up in a hopper. Comparators read out the item in the hopper. We run the farm and reset the minecart to its original state. To get the hopper minecart in, place a temporary block 2 blocks away from the dispenser. Make a slanted rail and let the hopper minecart roll down into the dispenser. Place a full block 2 blocks above the hopper and push it in using a piston to lock the hopper minecart in place. After the core, we can get to the spawning spots for the creakings and how we'll get them into the hit chamber. We start with a 7x11 glass platform. Creakings can spawn on glass, but this can be any top surface block. Just make sure to light it up against other mobs if you don't use glass. On top, we place the scaffolding with open fence gates surrounding the layer above it, along with 2 trapdoors diagonal to the minecart to contain the water flows. I got this idea from C5. Make sure to check out his channel as well. Block off the left and right sides of the plateau so creakings don't fall off, and place slabs on the side of the hit chamber. Make a plateau of slabs above the water over the entire width of the glass, leaving 3 blocks of height from the glass. Next up is the part where we break line of sight with the creakings after each hit. Place a scaffolding on the open full block, extend it onto the iron trapdoor, and build a scaffold tower of 10 high. Place an observer facing the 5th scaffold, with a small glass plateau with a single full block behind. A 2-tick repeater out of the observer, 1 comparator into the full block, the other comparator facing the other way, and redstone dust on the 3 remaining glass blocks. Place a sticky piston underneath the full block and a slab attached to it. Do make sure to also cover the top in slabs to prevent any spawns. Next up is the creaking hearts chamber and producing resin. For this, we're going to place an observer facing the 10th scaffold, 1 full block and 7 glass behind. 8 redstone dust on top, covering it with slabs again to spawnproof. A 10x16 glass wall behind, with on the outer edges 1 more column of glass 1 block behind it. Against the top glass we place an upward facing observer no blocks underneath, and from there follow the pattern observer, full block, no block, until you reach the bottom of the glass. On the inside, place a glass against every observer and a piston everywhere else. Build this up the same way on the other side as well. Once you have all pistons in, place an 11 wide row of upward facing pale logs on every row with pistons, and your creaking hearts on the rows with glass. If you don't have enough hearts to fill all 33 spots, don't worry. Just place a pale log instead for now. In just one night of running this farm on just one heart, you'll get enough to already fill up half of the farm, so you can just replace it later. Place a column of glass against a pillar of observers and no blocks, and another wall of stand by 16 of glass to cover the back. Fill the top of the glass blocks with glass as well, and place a no block on both observers and copy the redstone line, making sure the second repeater is on 3 ticks. Once all that is done, cover the top in slabs to spawnproof it. With this setup, you could already run and manually collect the resin you get, but let's do make a basic collection onto it as well. Extend the glass walls under the creaking heart chamber by 2 more blocks. Fill in the bottom layer, and place water sources in both of the front corners of the farm. Punch 2 holes in the glass where no water flows, leave a 1 wide gap, and place a packed ice line. A trapdoor goes on the block just before the bend to group items. Place 6 honey blocks on the farm side and glass around all other sides, so that when you put in the 2 water sources, no water will spill out. As always, don't forget to spawnproof any blocks. Place hoppers underneath the honey blocks and into some double chests for storage. For running the 33 hearts farm, this is enough storage to run the farm 2.5 full in-game nights. If you would like to run it for more, you might want to expand the storage later. For an easy access into the storage, make a 6x7 plateau with carpet on top. A small scaffolding tower can get you up above once you remove one of the earlier placed slabs. To run this farm, just get any sword out that is not wooden and swing away at the minecart with every 5-second intervals, or every 100 gain ticks. During nighttime, the creakings will spawn on the glass platform, and when the slab is pushed downwards, they will come towards you. This basic farm of 33 hearts will already supply you with around 8,000 resin per in-game night. You could full AFK it if you have a regen beacon nearby for 24,000 per hour as well. For some of you, however, I imagine this might not be enough. That is why I made this farm easily upgradable, making it possible to run it on 99 hearts for 64,000 resin per hour, 196 hearts for 124,000 resin per hour, or up to 396 hearts for 234,000 per hour. Or for the absolute mad lads, even up to 1188 hearts for 700,000 per hour. Or if you really hate your PC and you want to see it melt down, 2,904 hearts for 2.1 million resin per hour. But from experience, that is more like watching a PowerPoint presentation while you have a burning piece of hardware next to you. For the 99, 198 and 396 hearts design, I expanded the storage to make it loading into shulker boxes to prevent entire chest walls. Do keep that in mind when you want to build it. I would recommend building either the 33 or the 99 hearts design to be lag free, or the 198 if you want a lot of resin. The designs up to 196 hearts are so that you can easily upgrade them from the basic farm, only adding more rows of hearts behind and extending the already existing collection and storage with minimal replacing of blocks. If you do plan on building the 396, do plan out your storage 9 blocks lower from the basic 33 hearts farm. All designs can be found for free on my Patreon, both in real download and as Lightmatica files. But thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and see you on the next one. Bye.